Welcome back to Winders Mall Farms. Today we are excited to be looking at some spec cast tractors that we recently got. So what we have here are four 1050 tractors here. So we got four of these 1050s, and we have two Challengers and two Fendts, and one of the Challengers has row crop tires, and one of the Fendts have row crop tires, and one of them has wider tires, both on the Challenger and the Fendt. And one of these, or two of these, one of Challenger, one Fendt, is a collector edition, and the other is the 2020 Farm Show editions, one being the Challenger and one being the Fendt. So let's go ahead and unbox these. Alright, so here we got them all out here, our Fendt 1050s and our Challenger 1050s. And if you don't know about these tractors, it's pretty neat. These are currently the largest row crop tractors made horsepower-wise. They have 500 horsepower. Some ratings also have them at 517, but we're just going to call it 500 because that's what AGCO advertises them as. They also have, in the same series of tractors in real life, they have a 480, a 420, and a 380 horsepower tractor with this same frame. So the toys are collector editions on these row crop versions, and the 2020 Farm Show edition on the wider dual. And there are some minor details that we have noticed that are different that we'll get into on these things. But first of all, I just want to show you that some of the similarities that all of them have. So all of them, the hood does open, and we'll get in here and show some detail on that here in a minute, and we'll look at some of these up close. But they all have an opening hood and an engine in there, of course. They all also have mirrors and lights, which is a nice detail. They also will all have a 3-point hitch on them, as you can see back here. They do all have very good paint details on the rear lights and everything. They have the railing on the ladder. And they do have railings, handrails all over the place on both sides of these things. Now, these came out a little while back, and I just want to let you know, if you're wanting these right now is the time to buy them. They are on sale pretty much everywhere. We got ours from Outback Toy Store. Last month, Outback had 7% off on 1 to 64, and these were already on sale, and then we got 7% off, which isn't a lot, but every bit adds up. And so we picked these up on sale quite a bit cheaper than when they originally came out. And I have a feeling the price of these will go back up later on in the year once they start getting harder to find. So if you want them, now's probably a really good time to pick them up. So now we're going to get up close on these and look at all the little details. First, we're going to look at the Fendt 1050. That is the collector edition. So it does have the row crop duals on it. And as you can see, it's got a 3-point hitch on the front. There. The decal on the side right there, you can see Fendt 1050. We've got good mirrors and handrails all the way around. We've got these tail lights with some warning decals on the back. One thing I did notice, I am a little disappointed on all these tractors, is back here. These flasher bars right here have no paint on them. And I kind of thought, for the price that this tractor is, you would expect that to be painted. These are not cheap. So we got our flasher lights up here, which look really good. Look inside the cab here. Great detail in there. Really good detail all inside that cab. All the way around. Our mirrors are painted, so those look really good. Here's a back view of that row crop tire. We can see our 3-point hitch in the back, and then a pretty realistic hitch, still big enough to fit like a implement, 164 implement in there, but it has like that 2-layer look to it. We also got our hydraulic inlets back there. Like I said, the hood opens, so that looks good. Our engine looks pretty basic, but it's in there, so that is nice. So onto the bottom of this thing. We don't have a ton of detail on the bottom, but we do have some. As you can see, our drawbar down here, a little bit of detail. But overall, you know, nicely detailed. But like I said, I wish those would have been painted. Now, the Challenger 1050 is going to be highly similar.
You have different rim colored here. Different, obviously, the whole paint job's yellow instead of green and white. They actually, on the decal here, it just says Challenger, and then the 1050 is up on the cab here, right behind the flasher light, if I can get to focus. There we go. That's on both sides. And on this Challenger, you get a front weight on the 3-point up front, compared to, as we saw on the Fendt, just no weights on that. So, see that difference there? But it's, besides that, everything's pretty much the same, because these are obviously both AGCO tractors. Yep. And both of these, you can see, have the collector edition on top of the cab here, so you know that it's the collector edition.
And one thing I am a little disappointed about these, with also kind of going with that price range you'd expect every little detail to be painted, is the GPSs aren't the same color as the cab roof. We're like, pretty sure they're white on the Challenger in real life, so I wish those GPSs would have been painted on that cab roof. So now on to the 2020 farm show. What we got here on the Fendt is going to be basically the same details. Obviously the tires, I'll bring the tires in for you to be able to look at the difference here. We've got these more of a flotation duals versus our row crop duals. And you know, that's going to give you a little bit more power to the ground than the row crop ones will. But the row crop ones have their obvious advantages, being able to do row crop applications. So in the back here, one thing I've noticed is the hitch is different. Obviously we've got 3-point hitch on both of them, but our collector edition seems to have a little more detail. As you can see, there's kind of that two-prong style hitch. There's only one on this farm show. So there's one, and this one has 2. So that is the difference that I've noticed on these. But yeah, like I said, the details are pretty much the same other than that hitch and our wheels and rims. But very detailed, a lot of paint on the lights and everything. But like I said, you do pay for that quality.
Moving on to the Challenger with the flotation tires. Pretty much the same details as the collector edition. Just like the Fendt farm show, it has the single prong here hitch instead of the dual prong. But I really like most of the details on these, and let's just see. Also, on top of the cab, this obviously doesn't have the collector edition on top because it's the 2020 farm show edition.
Yep.
And the AGCO on top of this one, which was not on the collector edition.
So real quick, just to show you the box they came in, the row crop version of the Fendt. This is its box. It's got a collector edition decal. Other than that decal, the box pretty much says the exact same thing. On the bottom, it's got that little thing that's on both of them. And then some pictures. So that's the Fendt box for the collector edition. The farm show's got a farm show sticker. That's all the same pictures. It does have a farm show decal down here and the exact same little paragraph on the bottom.
Here is the box for the Challenger collector edition. You have your collector edition sticker. You have Challenger logos on the sides, 2 pictures on the back. You have on the bottom a whole paragraph about Challenger and whatnot, and if you want to pause that and read that, you can. The only difference on the farm show box is you have a different sticker right there and in the bottom corner, but besides that, it is the same box. Alright, so that's the Fendt and Challenger 1050 tractor review, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, do the whole like thing, subscribe, and you can share the video if you know someone that you think would like to see it. And sorry that it's been a long time since we've done a video. Things have been pretty busy around here, but hopefully we're going to start getting into the groove and pumping some more videos out. We've got some exciting reviews coming up, including 1-64 bush hog we have, and a few other things that we've gotten recently. So keep an eye out for those videos, and thanks for watching.